I was 16 when I stumbled upon an old trunk in our attic that would reveal a shocking truth about my family. The trunk was dusty and worn, and it looked like it hadn't been opened in years. As I carefully lifted the lid, I found a stack of old letters and photographs that seemed to be from another era. One of the letters caught my eye. It was addressed to my dad, but the return address was from someone named John in a town I had never heard of. I wondered who John was and why my dad had never mentioned him before /n/nas. I delved deeper into the letters. I discovered that John was my dad's brother, a brother that I never knew existed. I felt like my whole world had been turned upside down. Why had my dad kept this a secret from me and my mom? I decided to confront my dad and ask him about the letters and his brother. At first, he seemed hesitant to talk about it, but eventually, he opened up and told me the story /n/and you see, son, he said, John and I grew up together, but we had a falling out when we were in our early 20s. We had a disagreement about our family's business, and it drove us apart. I was so hurt and angry that I decided to cut ties with him and never look back. My dad explained that he had been too proud to reach out to John and make amends, and over time, the distance between them grew /n/and I was shocked and saddened by my dad's story. I couldn't believe that he had been carrying this secret around for so long. I asked him why he had never told me or my mom about John, and he said that he was ashamed of his past and didn't want us to think less of him. I reassured him that we loved him no matter what and that we wanted to meet John /n/n with my dad's permission. I decided to reach out to John and see if he would be willing to meet us. After a few weeks of exchanging letters, we finally arranged a meeting. I was nervous but excited to meet my Uncle John. When we arrived at his house, I was struck by how much he looked like my dad. They had the same eyes and smile, and it was like looking at an older version of my father /n/, and the meeting was emotional, but it was also a moment of healing and redemption for our family. My dad and John hugged each other tightly, and they both cried tears of joy. They talked for hours, catching up on lost time and sharing stories about their childhood. I watched as they reconnected, and it was like seeing two old friends reunite /n/. We left John's house that day. I realized that family secrets can be both hurtful and liberating. My dad's secret had been a burden for him to carry, but it also led us to a newfound understanding and appreciation for each other. I learned that forgiveness and redemption are possible, even after years of separation and hurt. And I'm grateful that I got to be a part of my dad's journey towards healing and reconciliation.